And we have returned. Yes, the one. All right, perfect. We have returned. That right there was just getting started off of the Fallout Season 2 soundtrack, which was done by, and I'm probably going to butcher this guy's name, Raman Djawadi. Raman Djawadi. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. That's probably incorrect, and my apologies. But still, yeah, so bit of an odd choice for me to pick for that, I guess. But I did just finish watching the Season 2 finale of Fallout the other day. And I'm not going to get too much into my opinions on that, because that's going to be a whole thing. And I don't really want to spoil any of it for anybody, but to be perfectly honest, I'm actually kind of surprised with how good the Fallout TV show has been overall. When the second season started, I wasn't sure I was liking it as much as I liked the first, but that was mostly because they're following so many different characters now. So it's a bit disjointed until everything kind of starts hitting, its stride. But overall, really good, really good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. And one thing I really appreciate is the soundtrack, because, I mean, obviously they use a lot of old-timey songs, some of which did pop up in the games. There's a wonderful instance of Big Iron in the second season. But the original soundtrack is also really good, and one little thing I've been noticing, and maybe I'm crazy, is that a lot of the tracks from the original soundtrack have little musical cues from the games. Specifically, two I can think of is there's a theme that's used for the Brotherhood of Steel in the TV show, and it has, to me, little bits of the song Metallic Monks, which is used in New Vegas, but it originally came from the very first game, so when I streamed it, you'd hear it. And of course, it's associated with the Brotherhood. That particular one there, Just Getting Started, is actually the personal theme overall of a character called Hank McClane. And the very beginning of it, there's a little spot about 30 seconds in that has this kind of trilling note, and it sounds a lot like the background music of just the overworld map in the original Fallout. At least to me it does, anyway. So it's like, I don't know, it's all these neat little musical cues, and I like that kind of attention to detail. But yeah, overall, I've enjoyed the TV show. The second season was pretty cool. It ended on a pretty great episode, and I'm looking forward to more. I might give a more spoilery description of how I feel about it later, but for now, we're just going to dive directly into... we're going to do some Animal Crossing, and we're going to do some Zomboid, because I've been meaning to play both of those again recently. I have not played... Oh no, I played a little bit of Animal Crossing off stream, but not a lot. I think I just got enough material that I could build the store. But once we start up again here, I think we're going to have our new resident, and the museum is going to be finished. So let's just dive into that, shall we? Yeah, I just left the game open, so... I think the minute I step outside, we're going to get a new... There we go. Now then, Mr. Tom. Mr. Nook. You rascally criminal bastard, you. What you got to say? I figure I might play like an hour of this and I'll switch over to Zomboid. I say this now. The Grand Museum has opened up here on Leshp. Did you hear about it yet? Oh yes, it's a grand museum indeed, with separate exhibit rooms for fish, bugs, fossils, and even works of art. Blathers, the museum curator, says he's always available to accept donations or assess fossils. A museum admission is free, so stop by whenever you like. By the way, whenever we cover big island developments like this, we hold a special commemorative ceremony afterward. We like as many folks as possible to take part, so stop by Resident Services if you're interested. That's all from me. Time for you all to get out there and enjoy your day. Yes, yes. At least I assume the new guy should have moved. Maybe I have to talk to Tom about it. I don't know. Or maybe they don't move in until the proper resident services building is built. It's been so long, I legitimately can't remember. Anyway, seeing as how the museum is open again, I have many a thing I need to donate, so let's take some of that stuff out. Hell, I probably don't even have enough room to carry them all. But I'll take as many as I can. Okay. I'll have to come back for those iron nuggets that I need to give the lads as well. But we're gonna stop in the museum first and foremost. Have a chat with our best owl buddy. Scare the shit out of him with a couple of bugs, but mostly we have fish, so he'll be all right. Blathers, my man. Say you. Forgot how wonderfully chill the museum is. If it isn't Cap, the Lesh Museum has opened its doors, you see? It is a tremendous achievement, I confess. My feathers are puffed with pride. Of course, it was your very own donations that made it possible. So to you, I say, thank you! Oh, allow me to give you a quick overview of our fine institution's floor plan. You'll find there are entrances to the left, to the right, and into the basement. Each one leads to exhibit rooms wherein the donations collected thus far have been put on display. In addition, the fire room at the top of the stairs is a gallery to display magnificent works of art. Though as of now it is still entirely empty, but by my beak, it shall one day soon swell with wonderful works. As such, we are still waiting for art donations, and so I humbly request your assistance. Yes, that's right. To streamline the donation process, we will begin accepting multiple donations at once. So if you wish to know about any fossils, fish, sea creatures, or bugs, I suppose, just call out, tell me about this, and I will happily do so. And anywho, by all means, please take a gander at our collection. It's truly a thing of wonder. I think I'm still going to do them one at a time, because I do like getting his explanation as I donate them. Let's donate those fossils, shall we? What are they? Brachioskull. Now, has he already told me about them? I think he has, but let's see. No, I have not heard this yet. Brachiosaurus, whose name means arm lizard, was one of the largest was one of the largest herbivorous dinosaurs. Due to its long front legs and elongated neck, it seems to have specialized in eating plants up high. Alas, in order to support its large size, it likely needed to eat more or less every waking hour. What a ferocious forager it must have been indeed. And that is what I have to say about that. I do like that the first several minutes of me streaming this is just going to be me talking to Blathers, but I don't know, I find it fun. Spinotail. Spinosaurus was a very large carnivorous dinosaur, roughly the size of a T-Rex. Unlike its more famous cousin, however, Spinosaurus seems to have spent a great deal of time in water. Similar to modern crocodiles, this creature lived on a diet of fish and land-dwelling animals. Personally, I am simply relieved that it did not seek flying prey. I think I've already spoken to him about the Diplo, though. I guess we'll see. Diplodocus, what would we do without you? This stout fellow embodied the best, all the best in dinosaurs. Those sturdy legs, that magnificent tail, and above all, that extraordinary neck. Yeah, I think I've already read this. Okay, now that he's gotten all excited, let's ruin his life with some bugs. Here, have this hideous creature. The Warfroach is an omnivore, which is merely a polite way of saying it will eat almost anything. This skittering scavenger and its uncouth appetite help keep beaches clean, it's said. But I dare say their long antennae and bulging eyes turn my stomach unappetizing indeed. I do love that Blather's absolute detest of bugs is kind of amusing in that I'm pretty sure owls do eat a lot. So, you know. And this horrid thing. Pillbug. Children delight at the way these beasts roll into balls when poked. But the appeal is utterly lost on me. One look at their leggy undersides. Whew, ew, but they wriggle. Young pillbugs shed their exoskeletons as they grow, and in doing so sprout another pair of legs. As if 12 appendages weren't alarming enough. Yuck, I say yuck. Speaking of things with lots of legs, centipede, what a wretched thing. Centipede's name means 100 legs, but I tell you now, that's a lie. These ugly bugs can have as few as 15 pairs of legs, or as many as 171. But because of how their bodies are segmented, they never have exactly 100. Ooh, it's true. You know what else is true? Centipedes are carnivorous, aggressive, and venomous. And their bite is quite painful, too. Horrible things, I say. Anywho, my sincerest thanks for your donation. I have one more bug for you, I'm sorry. I've already given him a common butterfly, and given him a bitterling. Maybe I gave Nook that, either way. With his black and white striped wing pattern, the paper kite butterfly is both elegant and pretty. Pretty poisonous, I mean! Oh dear, where was I? Oh yes. Even this butterfly's black and white striped larva and little golden pupae are toxic to predators. Indeed, the paper kite butterfly's foul flavor is famous, and thus birds in particular steer clear of the fiends. This bird most of all. Okay, we're on to fish now. You should be fine. Koi are a variety of carp with their color mutations, starting more than 1,000 years ago. Well, one glance at their impressive coloring tells you that the centuries of effort were worth it. And even today, people still selectively breed koi in search of new color combinations. One marvels at the thought of what the koi may look like in another 1,000 years. And now a regular old. Oh, the carp. Have you ever seen their teeth? For your sake, I hope you have not. Carp have teeth in their throats strong enough to crunch on hard things like shells and fingers. A good rule of thumb when dealing with other species is to keep your fingers out of their mouths. Although having neither thumbs nor fingers, I am quite safe from this little fellow. You got feathers, though. Also, what kind of kinks are people into that they're doing that? Fish are so cute and delicate, but do you know how big they can get? Why, they can grow up to a foot in length! Well, sometimes. The size of the tank they're kept in tends to restrict their... And just how big will this goldfish get in our large museum tank? I look forward to finding out! A very mad scientist of you, I love him. Flat-eyed goldfish have, as the name suggests, huge round eyes, but as babies they look like other goldfish. As they grow, their eyes begin to pop out and they gain their, distinct appearance. Imagine the poor fish fancier who unknowingly bought one. Their eyes might, well, pop out just as far. I got one more. One more. Another goldfish. The Ranchu goldfish is a charming relative of the goldfish with a bumpy head and stout, round... They have heads when born, develop impressive rectangular heads after about 3 years. Supposedly, their head shape changes depending on factors like the size of their tank. So Ranchu goldfish enthusiasts aim to raise perfectly shaped specimens and work hard to achieve this. Of course, no one asks the Ranchu goldfish themselves what shape they want it to be. Okay. I actually will have a look at the museum before I stop playing this. I will undoubtedly have other donations to give him, so... Snowfolk. Well, if I have to, I guess. Did I hear a tinkling noise? That. Let's plant some money to make some money. I like how I think I've planted 3 or 4 bell trees at this point. Honestly, can't remember where they all are. One thing I did forget is that I can actually, let's take out 10,000. Get a little more if I plant more, so. Growing my investment, don't you know? Let's see about actually building the store, shall we? I think I might actually don the wetsuit and head out and do some diving at it. Seeing as how I did make a point of buying one of those. What have we here? Dearest reader, I was on an aimless stroll when an idea for the most wonderful DIY recipe came to me on the breeze. Now I find myself compelled to share this recipe with others. Try making it. You will not be sorry. rotten stone. Well, alright then. Good to know. Lord knows when I'll get around to building it, but good to know. See fish. I, however, cannot cast correctly, can I? Yeah. But no. Let's just wait. Undoubtedly it'll turn around. Come on. Screw you too, then. Come on, you're right in front of them. You. Trying my patience, fish. There we go. And it's a black bass, which I think I have already donated. Can I tell from the Critterpedia, perhaps? Yeah, yes, I can. Perfect. I have donated. Perfect. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna put that one away in storage, and let's see. Let's take out the fossils and wetsuit and snorkel. I can't recall if I need both of them to dive, but I guess we'll see now, won't we? It was too slow. Too slow. Let's see what Sylvia's up to, I guess. Jerk stuff, no doubt. You have a sleeping bag and a bed. Saturday already. Wow. Felt like that week just flew by. Not for me, it didn't. What did I even do this week? Ah, who cares? If today is good, then the week's good, right? I have things to sell. And iron nuggets to donate. Suppose I should see what's for sale too. Handle, director's chair. Oh my goodness, this means we have everything we need to get started on our shop. Because you helped gather what we need to start construction on the shop, we want you to have the honor. What is this honor, you ask? Why, we'd like you, a key figure in making this happen, to get the perfect location for the new shop. Well, of course, because I do everything. Place that shop construction kit wherever you like, and we'll get started on construction. Maybe I should be asking you for advice on how to build up this island. We'll pay off some of my loan again. Pay another 10,000. I'm getting there. Let's get some more hairstyles. Not really. Let's go for a little dive, or maybe I'll see where I can lock the store. Let's have a look at the map, shall we? Thinking about putting it across the river. But you know what? I feel like it's very much on brand for Tom Nook to have the store right where you get off at the airport. I forget how you're supposed to wish on a shooting star. Maybe I don't know how to do that yet. And maybe I'll put the store, like, right here. Maybe that'll be too close to Sylvia's place, but I don't know. Let's see. It is kind of too close to Sylvia's place. I believe I put her house. I put her house in the wrong place. Pull up here. Like I said, I was kind of contemplating putting it across the river there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm better off not. All of this is probably going to be subject to change when I gain the ability to move things around anyway. Oh, money tree. Maybe I'll put it up here against the river. Yeah, perhaps where that tree is. Or maybe here? I don't know. Decisions. Yeah, I'll put it in this little spot here, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Sure. It'll go there for now. If I decide it should be elsewhere, I'll put it elsewhere later. A little swim in the freezing cold ocean. So while I was wandering around the Kootenai swimsuit, I remember seeing a lot of little bubbles out in the water. Now, however, I see none. Oh, there's some, though. I got a sea star. Maybe it'll give me an autograph. I think I'll just swim halfway around the island and go up on the northern side of it. I got a whelk. Hey, snails to you. Further nautical puns to you. I overshot my mark. Thankfully, the thing does not seem to be running. That's because it's barnacles. An acorn bark will grow into an oak barnacle. Space, anyway. I got a sea cucumber. It's a bit cumbersome. That's a fish. Can't grab that out of the water. the sweet shrimp. It's being very considerate. 2 more spaces left. Sea Slug is kind of salty about that. The glittering sea that surrounds our island is home to all kinds of captivating creatures. Put on your wetsuit, dive in, and see what you can collect to earn miles. See what I did there? Let's try to get back on shore. Grab this and then get back on shore. I got an octopus. It can give 4 hugs at once. Of course, I can't actually get back on shore unless I go over this way, it looks like. Whoops. Ah, there we are. Damn it. Missed him. There are still many creatures we have yet to discover at the bottom of the sea. Earn miles by diving deep, capturing critters, and filling out your Critterpedia. Yes, yes. Clearly I can't get back onto the mainland that way, so I gotta go all the way around. Suppose I may as well see what I can grab here. I think I can ditch a branch. If need be. I got an oyster. It's a little shellfish. Oh, I can't actually swap it with anything in my pockets currently. I just have to let it go. I can't just drop a branch in the middle of the ocean, it seems. But why not? Say no to another money tree. I hear a balloon. Hello, Rolls. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Ah, there you are. Let's drop that branch. It's going to be even lovelier when you decide where you're going to order pizza from tonight. That is indeed always a difficult choice, eh? Pizza can be serious business, don't you know? You there. Oh, old man. I wish for you to assess these fossils. So I'm going to grab the remainder of the coffee I ill-advisedly prepared for myself just now. Should I be drinking coffee this late in the evening? Of course not. Am I going to? Of course I am. But they're all perfect. For another round of donations. He's already told me about this because I gave him one of his pieces earlier. Yes, okay. I don't think I've given him any mammoth pieces yet. Ah, mammoths, the bad boys and girls of the ancient mammal world. So woolly, so unkempt. They are, of course, most famous for their size, which could be up to 13 tons for the largest males. But they were subject to no one's rules, and some species were smaller than modern elephants. Scientists have pondered for years, were mammoths the coolest of all extinct species? Perhaps so. I believe you might be a mammoth fanboy. Hello, Baked. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Don't believe Blathers has told me about this dinosaur yet. Ankylosaurus was the herbivore hero, the grazing gladiator, the vegetarian barbarian of antiquity. Between its club-like tail, heavy armor, and honest-to-goodness spikes, it was a formidable beast. Can you keep a secret? I have even heard recent theories that it actively attacked predators. Can you imagine such behavior in an herbivore? It simply beggars the imagination. I'm not doing too badly. Well, I mean, except for the fact that we've had a lot of snow and ice recently, and a lot of it is hanging precariously off of our roof. It hasn't fallen yet, and I'm kind of afraid to try to knock it off the roof. If I think about it, I might take a picture of it tomorrow if it's still there, and next time I stream, I will show it to you, because it's harrowing, to say the least. And on top of that, I have fallen multiple times on my way to and from work. So I have beat open my left knee twice. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. So needless to say, I'm finding it difficult to get around these days. And it also is another sign of how much older I'm getting, because even if this was me like 10 years ago, a fall like the couple I've had, nothing. I would not notice it at all. The day after I had the most recent fall, I could barely move my leg. Time makes fools of us all, don't you know? If I've never mentioned I hate winter, I kinda hate winter, so, just so you know. Speaking as a guy with a bum knee, torn meniscus, yee, that sounds horrible. Balls mean more to you now than they did 5 years ago. Yeah. I'm shocked I haven't actually broken anything yet. But like I was saying to a friend of mine I work with, I said to her, because she offered me a ride home yesterday so I wouldn't have to risk falling down again. And I said to her, I was like, yeah, because, you know, if I land on the same knee 3 times in a row, it explodes, right? That's the rule. And as she pointed out, it's like, kinda, yeah. You could very well cause your knee to explode if you land on it multiple times in 1 week. The sweet shrimp spends the first few years of its life as a male. It then transitions into a female as it ages. Interestingly, it is hardly alone in this type of development cycle. Indeed, a great variety of marine creatures can change their biological sex as they age. Clownfish, some sea stars, and sea bass are among them. The ocean is full of a great many wonders. Huzzah to that, I say. I love how most of the stream is just me talking to Blathers. Oh well. I like getting the little bits of information about these things. Imagine, if you will, a land slug, but one dressed in frilly attire full of bold colours, stripes, and spots. That is the sea slug, a gastropod that looks ready to walk the red carpet, or perform beneath a big top. But these clowns are no laughing matter, eh? Their garish colours and wild patterns warn predators to steer clear of their stinging, toxic taste. And that is how you dress for success, as they say. Octopus. Ah, might interest you in a few fascinating facts. Yes, always. With its 8 limbs, 3 hearts, and surprisingly big brain, the octopus is quite the wonder. It is also an escape artist like no other. See, the octopus has specialized skin cells that can change color and texture with lightning speed. Thus it can look for all the world like a patch of seabed 1 minute and a pile of rocks the next. But the deception doesn't stop there. When attacked by a predator, the octopus releases a cloud of ink and poof, makes its escape. Let's just call the octopus what it is, shall we? The ninja of the deep. Sea star may appear to have 5 feet, but those are, in fact, its arms. And though 5-armed sea stars are the most common, there are species with 20 or even 40 arms out there. Ah, but the fascinating appendage facts do not end there. What? You see, upon each sea star's arm sprout many dozens of tiny feet. Yes, feet. They use these suction cup feet not just to move about, but to grab hold of dinner guests as well. Finally, it should be noted that when a sea star loses an arm, it can grow it back. More impressive yet, a severed sea star arm can sometimes grow an entire sea star body back. Why is that, you ask? Because the ocean is wildly confusing. Not to mention terrifying. And this is the same guy who's afraid of bugs. Now, granted, bugs are scary too, don't get me wrong, but... A bug. These are sea snails that migrate from deep water to shallow water when the weather changes. Avid carnivores, they feed on worms, crustaceans, and mollusks. In fact, these wily snails have been known to use their own shells to pry open the shells of their victims. They then use a rough tongue-like organ with thousands of tiny teeth, lick their victims' shells clean. You might want to put that image out of your mind. It's your turn to die. barnacles. String blue barnacles. Do not mistake the acorn barnacle for a relative of the clam. Tut tut, mollusks they are not. Barnacles are cousins to crabs and lobsters, you see, though the family resemblance is hard to spot. Acorn barnacles may also seem to live a stationary life, what with being attached to rocks and such. But truth be told, baby barnacles are avid travelers, drifting shellless about the sea before settling down. Once they find a good rock to affix themselves to, they float free no more, which begs the question. Do adult acorn barnacles ever look out across the open sea and long for youthful adventure once more? And now... Sea cucumber, like its relatives the sea urchin and sea star, has no heart nor brain. However, unlike its relatives, it has no shell nor spikes with which to protect itself either. So how does a softie such as this stay safe in the open ocean? Brace yourself, I say. When threatened, sea cucumbers jettison their innards out of their backsides. Whew, gross but true. The sticky, stringy stuff ensnares predators, allowing the cuc to make its escape and grow its insides back. One might say the sea cucumber is a gutsy creature indeed. Do forgive me. Okay. Okay, I'll try not to, spend too much time giving him more donations. Let's put my freaky mask back on. Oh, no, you don't. Not this time. To you, I say nay. Tank went off, too. The guy I invited to move in won't show up until the new resident services building is finished, so I'm just gonna... not worry. I think what I will... So I think I'm going to go to another Mystery Island tour. I think I'll put away the sling. No, I don't. I think I'll put away the slingshot and the vaulting pole, because I'm pretty sure I don't need this when I am on the island. Though come to think of it, I do think I have a Nook Miles ticket, because I bought one. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, let's go to the island, we'll have a little celebration for the museum, and then donate whatever else I have. So basically, the stream of Animal Crossing has just been me donating all of the things. That's fine. I do have to fill up that museum. And I forgot how many things you can actually donate, if I'm being honest. Yeah, see if we can find some other person I can line up the move in. Because I'm assuming that they're just all going to show up when they have the ability to move in. Again, I legitimately can't remember. It's been so long since I played through the early game of this. Oh, there's a campfire, so somebody's here. A weird DIY TV show I watched at 2 AM told me to make this, so I did. Here's the recipe. It's real easy. My head was stuck in my shirt, and I still did the DIY. Be careful when YDI. That's a joke. The DIY Derwin who DIH. Something tells me I'm not going to be able to find much out here I wouldn't find back home anyway. But hey, you never know. Oh, maybe I should have brought my wetsuit. Do some diving. That's a boot. Probably wear these if I found another boot, right? You work extra hard to keep our island clean, even going so far as to fish up trash out of our lovely waters. Now the thing is, Nook, I didn't actually fish that up from our... But hey, if you want to give me stuff for it, it's fine by me. Saying no. Water Gobi, it's time to go bye-bye. It's also new. A bit too quick on the draw on that one. Celia. I wasn't expecting to meet anyone on this tour. I'm Celia. And you're Cap from Lesh. I'm glad you stopped to talk to me. One thing I love about traveling is the chance to make new friends. It must be true what they say about how travel broadens your horizons. Perhaps even gives you new horizons, one might say. This change of scenery is giving me a new perspective on life back on my island. I like it well enough, but... Move to my island! Oh wow, that's such a great idea. Thank you for encouraging me. When I ran into you, I never expected to be invited to live on your island, unless you were just teasing me. Do you really mean it, Feathers? I love it there. I'm assuming the other guy got lost on the way, but, you know, I'm sure you'll be fine. It's also exciting. I can't wait to start packing up for my big move after this tour. If I remember right, I'm supposed to contact someone named Tom Nook about relocating. Better do that before I forget. Yeah, Tom tells me if I get more people to move in, it lessens my debt. He won't have to break my legs as much, hopefully. Okay, well now I can make a pair of boots. I can make recycled boots. Good stuff, I guess. I was able to find fossils on these islands too, but I don't see any. A lot of damselflies, though. I was hoping I'd catch the bigger one. It's gonna go away now. Maybe. I think I might dig up some of these flowers. Some of them are in colors that I do not have, so it mightn't hurt to take them along with me. That's a tar. Tired of that. Yeah, let's catch a couple more fish and then we'll dig up some of these flowers. I do like the white and blue ones. Got some of the red ones at home anyway. Get the yellow one too while I'm at it. As I always do, I'm probably just going to let them grow willy-nilly for now, but eventually I think I should just build like a contained area to plant all the flowers in. Basically so I can breed some new colors of them, I guess. See if we can catch an ocean fish, and we'll probably head back. I'll fill up my inventory as much as I can, then I'll head. Unmanned trophy. Stay away from my pizza! I suppose I'll write an entire episode of Futurama. A great episode of Futurama, for being honest. Then all the anchovy went extinct. Extinct. At the same time your people came to Earth, if I remember correctly, Dr. Zoidberg. I'll see if this thing's something new. If not, I'll leave it. let's let it go. Alright, man, time to go home. So when other people can eventually move into the island, I've got 2 new candidates at least. Damn, brand new pair of boots. Let's make some final donations to Blathers, probably celebrate the opening of the museum, and then have a little look around the place, and then that'll be enough of this for tonight. Then we'll go back to something much more stressful, which is to say Zomboid. Oh yeah, that's right, I made a better shovel, but I'm not going to use it until this one. Tank went. Haven't seen him at all. And he is not currently home. Looks like he might be wandering around in the museum. They do that sometimes. Let me to share a fact with you. Wasps are sometimes called meat bees because they eat meat. Meat! Of almost any sort. Surely you've seen what a menace they make of themselves at picnics. 'Tis hardly the worst of it, what? Aggressive predators with venomous stingers, wasps not only hunt and eat other insects. They paralyze their prey, then drag their victims home alive, leaving them for their larvae to feed upon. Suddenly, a simple sting seems quite tolerable. Anywho, my sincerest thanks for your donation. Water goby is an unassuming specimen, but beneath that calm, fishy exterior, true gluttony resides. It will eat anything that will fit in its mouth. And its mouth is quite the gaping maw, so I recommend you refrain from drawing attention to yourself. There are more than 140 species of anchovy, but they do all have some things in common. They are all small and feed by simply swimming with their mouths open to filter food from the sea. In my sleepier moments, I sometimes wish I could do that. So I'll grab some more things to sell before I head into resident services. see a snowball over there, but I'm not even going to bother to attempt to make a snowboy, because screw those guys. I hate them. I hate them so much. Yeah. Shop construction kit. We've got our work cut out for us, but we're going to open by tomorrow. If we're going to open by tomorrow, but I can't wait. Oh wait, no. Alright, Rolls. Good luck in curing yourself some dinner. By the time you get back, I'll probably be switched over to Zomboid. I'm gonna pay off a little bit more debt, but that can wait. Let's hold a ceremony. Oh, you want to take part in the ceremony, Cat? Right now, we'd like to celebrate the grand opening of our museum. Splendid. Let's get started. I find it funny that the museum is often the first thing that gets built on this island. I also like that the tree is blocking our view. Now then. Welcome to our dedication ceremony honoring Lesh's brand new museum. Thank you. Lesh truly started out as a deserted island. There simply wasn't much here, but now it's slowly beginning to develop, thanks to the tireless efforts of, well, everyone really, but mostly me. And now I think we need to hear a few words from Blathers, who will be running our new museum. Blathers, the floor is yours. Residents of Lesh, once again, I am Blathers, your humble museum curator. I am overwhelmed, indeed overjoyed, by the marvelous establishment we are opening here today. This could not have been done without you and your considerable cooperation. Again, he's talking about me. I really hope this island's rich ecosystem and treasure trove of species continues to inspire us all. It has surely strengthened my own resolve to build a museum brimming with wonder. I say, I do hope you will continue your support of the museum's efforts going forward. Thank you for that rousing speech, Blathers. Well, let's have a few words from someone whose contributions made the museum possible. That's right, it's Lesh's own Cap. The only human amongst us, in his weird, creepy mask. Woo! Going full. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your heartfelt and encouraging sentiments there, Cap. Everyone, please get ready to join me in bringing the ceremony to a close. Also, those wishing to make a commemorative photo should get ready to press that button. Yes, well then, with hope for our continued growth and to celebrate Lesh's beautiful museum, hooray! May as well actually take a picture. Take a picture, it'll last longer. Thank you all, this concludes our ceremony. Please do take care on your way home. As I said, however, before I stop playing... Oh, actually, no, before I stop playing, I'm going to go plant these flowers before I forget about it. And then we'll take a little tour of the museum. Ah, yes, I thought they were the same kind of flower. I did not add. I suppose I should actually water them too. Because I think that encourages growth and makes it more likely that they're actually going to create new varieties. I did not mean to pick the flowers, but here we are. Press the wrong button, don't you know? Let's have a little gander around. Oh, they're going up to the art gallery. That's going to be rather bare for now. Got a couple of things here. January 31st. There's a koi. Is there not a sign for the koi? Hey, not the koi don't rank. Centipede. Moth. Dung beetle. Roach. Kite butterfly. I noticed there's a fly swatter back there. I don't know if that means you're actually taking good care of these things. Damselfly. Okay, I mean, this is probably mainly just for the bugs. They just added a few, added a few fish in here for flavor, shall we say. I do really like the museum in this game. I don't know, it's very relaxing. Check out the fossils next, because that's not quite as dynamic as the fish or the insects. Though it is a very cool layout, certainly. Awful silly without your rear end. fossils the last time I had a game, and it was, again, the island I worked so hard to delete, and possibly ended up regretting doing so. But here we are. I do love that we have this. Just goes to show all the different evolutionary paths that led to our villagers. Anyway, in reality, too many fossils found yet. But let's go check out the fish, because I know I've got a few more. Case in point. Goldfish. Goldfish? 2 goldfish. Black bass. Carp. Holly. Freshwater goby that does not seem to be terribly active at the moment. Yellow perch. Fishing carp. Ace. Unsmelled. Smack. I do like the one anchovy has turned into many anchovy. Have anything here at the moment. See, I feel like I've donated so many things, and yet there are still so many things left to donate. The museum is still looking rather sparse. I mean, I can't even donate art yet. Sea butterflies. Milk. Sweet shrimp. Just hiding over there. Squid. I honestly forgot I caught a squid. Acorn barnacles, sea stars. Sea slug. Sea cucumber. Going to leave you here with the lovely ambiance of the museum while I go grab myself something to drink that's not coffee. and get prepared to play some Zomboid, so I shall be back in a moment. I shan't be long.